There's more of that, but I don't think I want to do any more of that. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. My name is Jerry Luke, and welcome to Luke's World. Yeah, I guess that's enough. Like Luke's World. Normally, you can hear me on WHCR from New York, 90.3, the voice of Harlem, between the hours of 2 and 3:30 every Friday. The number to call is 212-650-6903. It's 212-650-6903. Today we come to you through the auspices of LSMFT Productions, Leo Farley, our director, and as always, we come to you from the Mark Symczak studio here in New York City. Always a bone of contention that we're going to get that right, but we got it right this time. Thanks for tuning in. I didn't really want to start with the Mets, but since we started with the Mets, let's just do a couple of minutes on them. The series starts tonight. If you today is Tuesday the 27th. Tuesday the 27th. Yes, it is. It's starting tonight. There'll be a game in Kansas City tonight and tomorrow. Off day Thursday. Then they play in New York Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and we'll see how that goes. We wish them well. There was some interesting bumps in the night. Harvey's going to start tonight for the Mets. There's a bit of a controversy. I saw it off the sports pages immediately with Murphy about his beliefs and his Catholic beliefs versus the gay world, and we'll see how that develops. But all in all, I see a lot of unity, and it should be fun. I'm thinking that the Mets will do well because of their pitching, but I don't, today in the news it was like it was a love affair with the Mets, and I think Leo's falling asleep. I think that we should be aware that it's not a given. Nothing is a given. All right, so go and watch and enjoy, and let's have some fun, and we're done with that. All right. We were just talking before, kicking some stuff around, and I had this theory. I'm involved in the arts in the city one way or the other, as a performer and as a musician, and sort of as a musician, and sort of as a performer. And you wind up meeting a lot of people, and you wind up meeting a lot of people who look two sheets to the wind. And I always, we always at the end of a rehearsal, or you meet people and you become friends and you start talking about other people, and this person rah 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 rah, and that person rah 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 rah, and then it gets a little tension off. And I'm like thinking, well, where does this all come from? And why when you go into drama, all of a sudden there's more drama in rehearsing what you're doing than there is in the drama that you're doing? Why is that? And why is it that, why is it that so many bands have broken up all over the years? A lot of you, the Beatles broke up, the Stones are still together, but in the 60s, every group that had 2 records out broke up the next day. So why does that happen? And finally I kind of realized it's got to do, I think, this is my particular theory, with what creativity shines its light upon. I think humanity, Leo's bored, he's looking at his wife. Well, humanity is, I think, 2 sheets to the wind. We're all kind of nuts. And once we get into the arts, our creativity comes out, and all of a sudden, we can sing for a few moments, as opposed to walking around with our, with our eyes to the ground and our shoulders hunched. But for a couple of minutes, we're singing. But the issue is also, along with that creativity, all of a sudden, all your craziness, your anxiety, your fears, your paranoia, that also comes up, and you can't separate one from the other. Some people are more adept at just showing us their creativity. Some don't realize that a lot of the nonsense comes up as well, and they wear that on their sleeves. So, just a word to my fellow artistes: understand that it's not just the creativity that's coming out of your soul. It's your whole Weltanschauung. I like that. I'm never going to use that. When can you use that word again? It's your whole feeling for existence comes out. So just beware of that and treat your performers with a little bit of courtesy. Thank you. And speaking of hams, all of a sudden the World Health Organization realizes that sausages are carcinogenic. Look at this. Nobody knew this before. Sausages, bacon. I mean, there was a time I lived off of Frank's about 20 years ago. That was my lunch every day. Frank's and some and sauerkraut. I loved it. Off those carts. Those are death carts. The death carts. And isn't it amazing? The World Health Organization, when you want to relate that to somebody, you say it's the WHO. The WHO. What a bizarre name for something really important. Who? All right. Bad joke, but we're going to continue. Now, how are you going to stop that? How are you going to stop people from eating bacon and sausages? My favorite food is eggs and not fries. What do they call it? I forget what they call it, but it's a certain kind of potato where they make little slivers of it. What?
Home fries.
No, not home fries. They're home fries, but they make little slivers of it. It's like a hash brown, but it's a potato. All right, I love that. And that juicy sausage, which I get, I would give the place a plug, but I don't remember the name. It's on 7th Street and 6th Avenue. Those sausages are delicious. And that makes the whole meal. But now you can't eat that. And it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard for Americans to swear that off. And it's a big cause of colon cancer. So I don't know. It's something you're going to have to do. You have to find something else to eat. And it's the same issue. It's kind of the same issue with smoking, which we're going to do a show on smoking at some point in our lives. Smoking is the same issue. It's like, I stopped smoking after 20 years. The average person, when you look in the street who started smoking, can't stop. And most of the time I have compassion for that, except when that person is smoking in front of me and doesn't give a damn what I'm breathing. At that point, that person could, expire as far as I'm concerned. But that's another issue. Plus, now we're finding out, now we're finding out that not only is smoking addictive, cheese is addictive. Apparently, there's some, some enzyme in cheese that's addictive. So all we're doing is eating addictive stuff. I don't think I have any more, but, yeah, I do. So, the person who was smoking in front of me was sitting outside of a really nice place to sit, which is outside of Nathan's on Coney Island. So I take this beautiful walk yesterday from that spot, and there's one person, it's about 55 degrees, but the sun is heating the sand, the water isn't that cold, there's a couple of people swimming. I get to take a photograph of a couple of young folk who I want to keep going, but they think I'm some kind of an axe murderer because I want to get the right shot. I want to do close-ups. I want to do shots further away. I want to move them in and out of the sun. But I took one shot and I left because they thought I was right out of my mind, and so I left that. So I keep on walking, and it's kind of a really lovely day, and it's just a shame that even though we're here in autumn, that summer is leaving. I love the summer, and I'm going to have to re-gear and figure out what to do in the autumn. Anyway, I think we're done. I hope I haven't bored you too much. This isn't one of the better ones, but hey, listen, man, they can't all be great. My name is Jerry Luke, and you've been listening to Luke's World, and I hope to see you on the radio on Friday.